Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today is a pretty rainy day out here in Tokyo, Japan. And because of that, I figured it would be the perfect opportunity to go out and do a little thrifting. So I decided to take a local's advice. I hopped on a train and made my way out here to Hachijochi to visit what he called the best thrift store in the greater Tokyo area. Now, will it be the best one? I'm not really sure. I don't have much to compare to. This will actually be my first major thrift store of my trip, but I got high hopes for this one, so hopefully we find some cool stuff and hopefully we see some cool things. And here we are, Eco Town, and I can already tell from the outside this place is absolutely massive. Look at this, it's a multiple story thrift store, and actually it looks like it might connect over to that building right there as well. And as you can see, each level is divided into certain things. So mode off, I believe, is like the clothing and bikes and stuff like that. Book off, I think, is like manga and books. It's pretty self-explanatory. Hobby off, I think, is model trains and RC cars and stuff like that. Off house is housing stuff, and hard off, I believe, is the one that I'm most interested in. That's where the video games and PC stuff will be. But this store is massive. I can't wait to get inside and see what it's like. All right, looks like this is the entrance right over here. Look, they even have a food truck out front and a bunch of little kids rides and stuff. You can make a whole day of this place, it looks like. And sure, why not? Let's start off right here in hard off and see what it's like. Okay, wow, right when you walk in, I can already tell this is a lot cleaner than over in the US, and you're met with video game stuff right away. Look at this. There's a ton of fighting sticks right along the first turn. Then on the other side, there are a ton of DVD and VHS players, some projectors down here, and just all kinds of different kinds of controllers. Look at this. This is one of those controllers for like the train games. That's pretty dang cool that this is what meets you right when you walk in the door. Oh, and look at this. We got some little Game Boy players right there. That's pretty cool. That one's 5,500 yen. This one has the disc. That's 1320, which isn't a bad price necessarily. And actually, speaking of the game stuff, it looks like there are even more consoles and accessories over here on this wall, including some handhelds, which is something that I am interested in finding over here. There are some Japanese handhelds that are pretty cool. Like, look at that one. That one is something that I would look at. It has airlay on it. And then there up here, there are some Digivices. That is a Digivice. I think that's like the version 2 or something like that. I've sold a few of these before. And why is that one priced at 39,000 and this one's priced at 4,000? I have no idea. I want to search for stuff like this because it's small, it's going to fit well in my bag, and I can buy a lot of it here. So I'm hoping to come away with stuff like this. And then check it out, along this wall is a bunch of the consoles. We got Xbox, we got Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, some pretty cool stuff. Look at that, there's a Saturn box. That's insane. And it looks like a bunch of their Famicom games that are still in the box. Some Mega Drive. You don't see Mega Drive too often. That's pretty cool to see. What else we got over here? Oh, here's some uncommon systems. I bet some people in the US have never even seen these. It's a Neo Geo CD right there. A PC Engine Duo R. I don't think I've ever seen that one. That's pretty dang cool to see stuff like that.
PC Engine Duo R はハイコストパフォーマンスな CD ローンマシン。400以上のソフトが遊べる。遊ぶの大好き。もしもし？
PC Engine Duo R 新発売。NEC。
Oh, look at that. That is a Nintendo Fan Club Wavebird controller. I have never seen that. I didn't even know that existed. That's pretty crazy. Got some Wonder Swan back there. That's something I want to pick up on this trip. Actually, that looks like a Final Fantasy edition Wonder Swan right there for 7,700. That doesn't seem too bad for you guys watching. 1,000 yen is approximately $7 USD, so you can do that translation. Oh, this is their Pokemon case right here. Tons of Pokemon stuff right here. The prices on these are pretty they're pretty high. I want to say that's higher than eBay stuff, which I was warned about before I came. Let's see, we got the CDs and DVDs and media. They might be back in here. Oh yeah, here's some PS2 stuff right here. Looks like the Switch is down there. Oh, look at that, Disney Sports Basketball. That is a rare GameCube game in the US. That's like a $1,000 game in the US. That's 880 yen here. That's not too bad. I don't know what the Japanese prices are. Okay, and here we go, the Famicom, the Super Famicom. This stuff I'm not super interested in. Like, I probably won't spend too much time on this stuff, but I absolutely love the box art on this stuff. It's just not something that I want to get into as far as collecting goes. So a lot of this stuff I'm not going to look through, especially the card only stuff. If I pick up something, it's got to be something like iconic. Like, what did I just see it? That Super Mario Kart, that's something I would pick up just because I have the art, but I'm not super interested in collecting stuff outside of that. Here's a bunch more Famicom games over here on this side. Oh, here's some Virtual Boy games. These are something that I do want to look for. I have been collecting the Virtual Boy stuff, and I want to add some of the Japanese exclusives to my collection. However, these are not what I'm looking for. It's Mario Tennis. That says Virtual 3D Shooting Game. I think that's Red Alarm. And then this is baseball, but that's a different graphic than it's on my card. That might be a Japanese baseball game. I'll have to look that up. Moving on, we got some, this is more what I want to look for, some stuff that I'm only going to see while I'm here in Japan. Like, look at this, we got some Wonder Swan games down here. Look, Hunter x Hunter, one of my favorite animes. It's got a Wonder Swan game, and I want to pick up something like that, so I might actually grab that. Oh, look at that Corpse Killer down there. That's kind of cool on the 3DO. I didn't see these cases down here on the bottom at first. But yeah, the stuff like this is the stuff I want to pick up. Look, there's some MSX games down here. Like, how many of you even know what an MXS is? That's the kind of stuff that I want to hunt while I'm here. You know, the 3DOs, the MSXs, the PC engines, stuff that I'm not going to find while I'm in the US. Oh, and then here they are. We're hopping over into the PlayStation 1 games. This is a console that I've never really wanted to collect for. Even when I was like actively collecting a ton of stuff, this is one thing I never got into just because there are so many games. I think there's like 1,300 just in the American library, and I think the Japanese library is almost double that. So this is a very daunting collection to go for. But if you're into it, you're into it. You can find some games pretty cheap for this console. Oh, and then look at this. Here is their entire Xbox section. This little bookcase right here is all they have. And that's just because the Xbox was not popular over here in Japan. You know, it's a Microsoft console, and Sony is here in Japan, so PlayStation stuff is just naturally going to be more popular. But this little section right here is all of the Xbox stuff. Got the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, original Xbox stuff down there, and that's it. That's the entire section. Okay, I'm gonna go check out the rest of the store. I'm sure I'm gonna spend a lot more time over here in the video games, so let's see what else the store has to offer. Oh yeah, this is definitely the music stuff. We got keyboards, we got guitars, we got microphone stands right off the bat, violins. This is insane. Obviously, I'm not going to be as interested in this stuff. You know, I can't bring one of these huge guitars back to the US, and it's not something I deal with anyways. I'm not super interested in it, but it's cool to see here. And man, there are just rows and rows and rows and rows of guitars. That's pretty wild. There's some amps and mixers and stuff down there. Guitar cases, travel cases, little turntables. And sorry if it's hard to hear me at sometimes in the video. I'm trying not to speak super loud and stay respectful for the other shoppers here. People aren't as loud in stores as they are in the US, but there still is some chatter and stuff, so it's not like I'm being obnoxious by filming, but I just want to keep my voice a little bit lower in the store. Oh, and then look over here, we got the cameras. This is another section that I am quite interested in looking through. There are some really solid cameras over here in Japan, so I'm hoping I can scoop at least one or two really cool pieces to bring back to the US. You know, I should be able to find them a lot cheaper over here, especially like the Nikons and like the Sonys and stuff like that are made over here. A lot of that stuff people pay a premium for back in the US, and it looks like all of these are in really nice shape. Look at that one. It's a little Colonel Sanders camera, the KFC guy. He's got his own camera over here, as well as a couple other things actually. I think that guy is from Hello Kitty. That is the Milky Girl for their chocolates and stuff like that. Okay, now let's move on to the next section, which is off house. I believe this is like the house goods, so we should see like a lot of like cleaning stuff, you know, your vacuum cleaners, your dishes, your appliances, stuff like that. Or we're just going to come across a skeleton here for 11,000 yen. I mean, sure, why not? Yeah, it looks like this is just more of like your miscellaneous section. You know, we got the bath and body stuff, we got the dishware over here. There are some shoes over here, so maybe the clothing's on this level as well. Oh, and then look at this. This is really, really cool. Look at this. There's a whole section over here filled with different kimono and yukata. That is really, really cool to see at a thrift store. You would never see even one of these at a thrift store in the US. Oh, and then we get led into the camping equipment and the extra baggage. This is what I was just talking about. Maybe I'm gonna have to buy myself an extra luggage while I'm here. Who knows? But over here we got the camping section. We got the fishing poles, backpacking bags, lanterns to go outside, your cooking equipment right here. All kinds of stuff inside this thrift store, and everything is very, very well organized. Like, I mean, the shelves aren't exactly messy for having all these random little items in here. Oh, look at this. There's a whole section of surfboards over here. We're not even near the ocean where I am right now. This is wild to see. I think I've maybe seen like 2 surfboards the entire time I've ever been thrifting, and here they just have a wall of them. It is just crazy to see the difference of a thrift store over here in Japan and one in the US. I guess technically this isn't like your traditional thrift store, it's more of a resale store, but you know what I mean. You get the idea. Is that a Gregory Dyneema bag? What? 5,500 yen, that's wild. That is wild. There's a whole thing of bags actually. Oh, and then look at this right here. That is cool. That's a Jeff Hamilton leather jacket. It's a vintage Bulls one, 1998. They have it priced at 440,000 yen. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. That is crazy. Remember, 1,000 yen is $7 US, so that is quite the expensive jacket right there. Actually, they've got quite a few really cool jackets hanging up. Look at this. Here's the Averix limited edition one. Got the inside embroidered. Here's another one right here. Those are pretty cool. Those are 33,000 yen, so cheaper than what we just saw, but still kind of expensive. There's a Diesel jacket right there. Great brand. Armani Exchange. They do have some Zara over here. I don't expect that one to be very expensive. 4,400 yen on that one. Even got the Supreme hoodie sitting over here. I was told you can find some really, really good stuff here, but on a lot of the big, you know, name brand stuff, don't expect the deals to be super great, but definitely much cheaper than what you would find them in the US. Oh, and then this must be the high-end section. Look at this. We got all the Louis Vuitton, Hermes scarves. I've been told you can find some really, really cheap designer stuff over here. It's not something that I'm super into because, you know, I just don't know enough about that stuff and it just doesn't excite me, but I've heard you can find some excellent deals on this stuff over here, and all of this is legit. These are not repros. They do their vetting before they put their stuff out for sale. So all these Louis bags right here, all real. And man, this is a big room for all their luxury goods. We got Chanel, we have Louis Vuitton over there. Looks like Gucci. Got some older, look at that Gucci Adidas bag right there. I had no idea they did a collab. That is pretty dang cool. Even though I'm not into Gucci, that's got like the old school like 70s, 80s Adidas look to it, and I love it. Celine, Fendi, Dior, Prada. I mean, they just have everything you can look for. Oh, and then look at this. Here's the watches. Don't even get me started on these. I guarantee there's some crazy stuff in here. We got the Citizen, Casio, Seiko. There's the Hermes watches, Fendi watches, Louis Vuitton watches. This is absolutely crazy. They even have a whole case of Rolexes over here. Like, what thrift store in the US is going to have that? That is absolutely insane. Okay, moving on. We got the paintings, more bags, more shoes. Oh, this looks like it goes over to that other building. And I think over there is where we're gonna find the toys and action figures and stuff. I mean, I've already looked at so much already. I didn't expect there to be a whole another building. So this bottom level down here looks like it's gonna be all cycling stuff. You can see just the sheer amount of bikes that you have over here. Biking is huge. Like everybody over here rides their bike, so it's no surprise to see this many bikes at a thrift store. No way, they even have scooters in their showroom. That is wild, man. Do you think I can fit one of those in my luggage? Should we try? How much is it? 176,000 yen. Cheaper than that Bulls jacket. Oh, another staircase. Let's go on up to the next level here. Oh, I see Pokemon and Gundam and anime signs. Bet this is where the toys are. Oh yeah, look at that. Immediately met with a giant wall of plush toys right there. Oh my god, they got arcade machines? Okay, hold on. We got slot machines. We got arcade machines. I mean, if you ever wanted an arcade machine for your house, this is the place to get it, I guess. Who remembers this game? It's the one with the little alligators that comes out and you smack them. That's really, really cool to see. Little pig ball throwing game. These look like slots and Pachinko machines. Pachinko is huge over here, so I guess if they're gonna sell slot machines, you're gonna see Pachinko machines. Oh, and then look at this. It's that drum game. I've seen this in a few arcades over here, and it's really, really popular. Unfortunately, my rhythm sucks, so I'm not gonna be any good at this. They even have a full-size Papa Shot right here. Like, who remembers going to like Chuck E. Cheese or Funky Dunks or wherever your little arcade was and just sitting here and this would be the only game you play? I played this a ton, and skee-ball. I played a lot of skee-ball too. That's just wild to see this many arcade. I don't even know what these ones are. They look cool though. But who would have thought you would see these? Oh, look at that. That's Goemon. That's a Goemon arcade machine. I had never seen that before. How cool is that? 88,000 yen. If only I could get it home. I think this would be a little too big to ship home, unfortunately, but I would love to play this just to see what it is. And it looks like, oh, this is cool. The next section over here is cards. It looks like they got cards of all type. We got Pokemon over here on this wall, Yu-Gi-Oh over here on this wall. I never got really into cards collecting or reselling, but I do appreciate them, and I do know it's a good market to learn, but not something I'm super interested in. Look at these. These are like Animal Crossing cards. That's cool. I know you can like, I think you can like scan these and get the person to come to your island and stuff. And I know there's some really rare ones out there because my girlfriend plays Animal Crossing and she wanted one of these cards for a specific character. If I can find it here, I'm gonna get it for her. Okay, let's go over here and move up to the next level. Oh, hold on a second. I got distracted by all the arcade machines and I didn't check out like the plush area over here. Plush is huge in Japan, so I have no doubt there's probably some pretty cool stuff in here. I know there's like a ton of special edition Pikachus and stuff. They got all these Pokemon plush over here, a whole wall of small little ones over here. Kirby, Eevee, Daisy Ducks, Lilo and Stitch, Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse. Over here's the Mario. It looks like the Nintendo stuff in general because we got Kirby up here, Yoshi, Mario. There's Boo. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at this. There's a Dragon Quest slime. There's a couple of them. So we got the normal slime. We got King Slime over here. He's only 880 yen. Like, if you're into plush and stuff, this would be a fantastic place to come. And a fried fish plush. You want some fried mackerel? They got a plush for it. Oh, and then look at this. We got a whole wall, another wall of Pokemon plush. These ones are a little bit bigger, but we got like Snorlax. We got Mew plush. Felicia would love that. Good thing she's not here. She would probably try and fit that in her suitcase. Slowpoke, Lapras, Kakuna. I've never seen a Kakuna plush. Like, whose favorite Pokemon is Kakuna? I don't know, but hey, they got a plush for him. If you like Kakuna, he's here in the thrift store. Okay, it looks like this floor is Lego. Tons of Lego and smalls. So maybe this is like the small item store. Bunch of like little gachapon prizes. They have the little like bubble toy vending machines. That's what all of these come out of. Tons of little buttons and anime memorabilia. Here's some action figures from like K-Man Rider and Power Rangers and Ultraman. Really big series over here, and actually there are just aisles and aisles and aisles of these small little gachapon toys. Really cool to see. Oh, look at all the kaiju monsters. That is super cool. All these little Godzilla monsters and monsters from Kamen Rider and stuff. Really cool to see. I guess this case right here is like their more expensive kaiju stuff. These are all like 4,400, 3,300. These little guys are 11,000 yen. He's only 1,650. So prices, I mean, if you're into this stuff, I feel like those prices aren't too bad for some of these. That one's 27,500 for that guy right there. And then go down one of these aisles, got a bunch of Megazords and stuff for Power Rangers and all kinds of stuff. A lot of this stuff looks like it is newer, so I'm gonna have to search through and find the vintage stuff that I'm interested in. Look at little Hamtaro right there coming out of his little Zord. That's kind of crazy. That's fun. You guys are probably watching this thinking, oh, he's saying everything's crazy and fun. It's because I don't see this kind of stuff at American thrift stores, and I go thrifting a lot, and to see even a few of these items would be a great day for me. So seeing all this in one spot, it's super cool. And moving down further, it looks like this is where the girl stuff begins. We got some like dolls and Barbies, little anime dolls and figures. You can see a bunch of these are still like brand new in the box, which I know is pretty common over here. There's probably a ton of anime figures and stuff that are brand new in the packages and stuff. And that's just because they make so many of them that they just end up here when a new show comes out. Like once this stuff stops being popular, it's got to go somewhere, and a lot of it goes to resale stores like this. And then check it out over here in this case. Over here, we've got some of the little Digivices. They look like the old little Tamagotchis. These are the Digivices for Digimon, and then there are some of the later versions as well. I've never seen this one on the right, but I know I've sold this one on the left. I think it was like a white and blue one, and I want to say I got like $150 or something like that. That's priced at $9,900, which is like $60 US. So that one might be worth picking up, actually. I might need to test it out or whatever, but if that works, I might grab it. Sumimasen. The back case, can I get help with it, please? Right there. Hi. Arigatou gozaimasu. Alright, well, there we go. That is the first purchase of hopefully many at this thrift store, and I am ready to get jumping in and finding more stuff that I want to buy. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this tour, and hopefully you've seen the differences between like a Japanese thrift store and an American one. I had a lot of fun showing you guys around, and I will probably have a haul video for everything that I buy here and find in Japan out eventually, very, very soon. By the time you guys are watching this video. So if you want to see a haul video and see what I end up buying at this store, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I will catch you out in the next one. Until next time, keep on treasure hunting. Peace.